All right, welcome everyone. My name is Rita Fleming. Thank you all for taking the time to be here today. I'm so excited to co-host this call with Veronique. This is a subject that we're both incredibly passionate about, and we're going to be having a discussion about nervous system regulation, addressing trauma at the cellular level, gut and hormone balance. Oh, let's get everybody on mute. Through micronutrients. And I'm going to be speaking today with my co-host Veronique, who's also a regenerative health specialist. And we're going to dive into this conversation. And one of the reasons that we're so passionate about it is because of our own life experience and, really helping people to support their nervous system on a daily basis, because we all deal with dysregulation and disassociation to some degree. There's a large spectrum of it, and it can look anything like from having a hard time concentrating and focusing to ADD, ADHD like symptoms, to feeling easily distracted or disconnected from our emotions or our body, or just having a hard time listening and being present and, really being present for our conversations and our relationships. And this really impacts our relationship to ourselves, to our surroundings, and to others. So we want to talk about some tools and tips about how we can really regulate and bring more presence into our lives. And this is also going to impact our long-term memory. I'm excited about. So all of these symptoms of disassociation that I just spoke to briefly come as a result of not feeling safe in our bodies. And this is a result of any experience of trauma, or any experience where we didn't feel safe physically or emotionally, or safe to be ourselves. So we're going to talk about how to re-ground into our body and our nervous system and reclaim that power through the vehicle of micronutrient dense foods. And why I really want to speak to this is because once we reclaim that presence, we can start responding to life instead of reacting to it. And we can really become the co-creators of our lives, to create our life by design instead of by default, and as well tap into our deeper purpose and potential and create a life that we're really proud of. So I want to pass the mic to Veronique, who just has an amazing story, life story and health journey, especially after adding in these micronutrients. So Veronique, I'd love to pass it to you.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you, and welcome everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here with you all. And I'm excited to share my journey with you because it has been really a journey. And really, my health journey started about, I would say, 10 years ago. And I was suffering from insomnia, digestive issues, and I really wanted to restore my endocrine and adrenal health and heart health, which was majorly impacted from being on birth control for 25, 30 plus years. And I didn't even realize it was such a long time until very recently, when I did the math and I calculated the years. So, and then also 10 years ago, I had a health scare. The doctor found a lump in my upper abdomen. The scan results came back negative, but I got really serious about my health, and taking my health into my own hands. And I was fortunate to meet Dr. Morse. I learned with Dr. Morse. And then over the years, I started becoming a practitioner. And then I became even more blessed to meet Carrie Drinkwine, Rita, Mary Beth, and everyone. And this is when I learned, and they introduced me to Purium. And when I started using Purium, my sleep started changing. I felt more calm, more balanced, nourished, and energized, which for me was like a kind of a wake-up call. And So I have worked with, the Purium products, and I can get into details with that if you like. Um, I worked with, for my adrenal health, I worked with Be Energetic, Kids in Focus, White American Ginseng. I'm rotating these, and my adrenal glands are getting stronger. My sleep is amazing now. And so I've started sleeping through the night for the first time in years. And my nervous system really felt so calm. And that gave me peace as well to go through the up and downs of life and feeling at peace, like knowing also that my nutritional bases were covered. And another aspect for me that was really important is that my emotions are no longer stored or trapped in my body, and I'm able to be more vulnerable and express my emotions instead of keeping them in, bottling them in.
Mm.
So, yeah, that's my story.
Amazing. Thank you, Veronique. I love that. And what's so powerful about adding in alkaline forming foods, nutrient dense foods that are full of minerals is it allows your body to release toxins that are not serving us anymore and clean up the lymphatic system and reduce that stress. But it also allows your body to let go of emotions that are no longer serving us and traumas that get held at that cellular level. And so The Body Keeps the Score is a really great book if you want to learn more about that, as well as Waking the Tiger and The Myth of Normal by Gabor Mate. These are really amazing books that just go in depth of how our life experiences get held in our body, and working with these micronutrients dense foods has been the most powerful vehicle I've found to really release those trapped and stored emotions. So I love that. Thank you. It's beautiful to hear your story and just hear, when we're getting that deeper sleep, how that can also regulate our nervous system. And when we're dealing with a lot of stress, it's hard to get that deep sleep. So just working with that endocrine system balance. And I wanted to bring in, a little bit of a story just from this past week in my life, because on Friday I was driving to, go up to the mountains for the weekend, and there was a line of cars and a bus, and a young girl behind me didn't see the line of cars, and she ran into the back of my vehicle going pretty fast. And so the next day I went into urgent care to just get checked out, and they were saying that I had some pretty bad whiplash symptoms from it. And they were expecting that that would just get much worse in the next few days. And then I was feeling very out of body because it was a scary experience. I wasn't expecting it. And so what they recommended is, first, they wanted to support me with muscle relaxant to relax my muscles and my nervous system and any tension so that I could sleep more deeply, and to really kind of help address those whiplash symptoms. And they also recommended an anti-inflammatory for my brain in case there was any swelling or bruising or concussion, and just to make sure to pay really close attention to make sure that there wasn't deeper injury or bleeding or anything like that. And I know from my 17 years of researching nutrition and trauma that there's a lot of medications that actually impact our gut permeability, and as well as our blood-brain barrier permeability. And so if our gut permeability is weakened, it allows toxins to leak into our immune system or our lymphatic system, which creates a systemic inflammatory response. And if our blood-brain barrier is weakened, then those toxins leak into our brain and nervous system and really create an inflammatory response there. So I wanted to make sure to really support my gut and my blood-brain barrier and reduce that inflammation. So when I got home, the first thing that I did was actually take the BioRelax that we have. And this is all whole foods and herbs that help to relax your nervous system and relax your body and help you to get deep sleep. So that's the first thing I did. And then I took our cocoa hydrate which is just full of electrolytes. And anytime you go through stress or trauma or any kind of nervous system like override, it takes a lot of your minerals and your vitamins and your electrolytes out of your body. So I wanted to flood my body with those electrolytes to nourish my nervous system and my body. And then the next thing that I took was astaxanthin. And this is really amazing for reducing inflammation in the body, specifically in the brain. And there's really incredible studies out there that are showing the uses of astaxanthin in traumatic brain injuries, where it's reducing swelling, reducing edema, protecting that blood-brain barrier, and protecting that central nervous system. So I was just so grateful I had all of these in my cabinet and I could just lean on them. And I also utilized our Joint Flex and the BioRegen. The Joint Flex just helps to reduce inflammation in the tissues and support the joints. So I used that for the whiplash. And the BioRegen, Dave actually formulated when he was dealing with a spinal injury to repair and regenerate his spine. So I did both of those to really support the whiplash. And, they said we're expecting it to get much worse throughout the next few days. And I woke up the next day and the inflammation was down, the swelling was down, the bruising was gone in my elbow. And it was really amazing to see that recovery come back so quickly. And I was also taking the tart cherry juice to address systemic inflammation. So it's just incredible the power of nutrients and having those on hand for our body's ability to bounce back, and adding that alkalinity and adding that micronutrient density. Oops, let me mute everyone. Was huge for me to see that quickened recovery. So now I'm like 4 days out and really just working with the brain and nervous system herbs, specifically the Kids in Focus, which regulates your nervous system and your endocrine system, and emotional well-being, and then the Revive It All Day formulated for brain regeneration. So I'm just so grateful I had all of these on hand, and now, I'm feeling good, which is amazing. So I want to pass it to Veronique to discuss a little bit more about our 90-day transformation that we have that really supports your body's uptake of micronutrients and gut support and also nervous system support. Oops, you're on mute. There you go.
Thank you, Rita. I was on mute, yes. Yeah, so one of my favorite ULT nowadays, I actually put my patients, my clients on this ULT almost right away, is the ULT plus the collagen support. It has such an amazing, well-rounded, all kinds of products that are so beneficial for the brain and for the whole body and for the nervous system. So the first one is the dark berry protein, which is really delicious. So when you receive your package, you're going to have two kinds of shakes. You're going to have the dark berry protein and you're going to have the power shake. So the dark berry protein, I like to take it in the afternoon, and it's really an amazing blend of all kinds of fruits, antioxidants, beetroot, blueberry, blackberry, pomegranate. I mean, and also the thing I really like is the fulvic and humic acid blend, and it has camu camu, rose hips, amla. Amazing, like really, it's just so nice. And if you like, you can mix it up with extra berries or extra fruits, and you're good to go. The other shake that I really like is the apple berry shake, which is wonderful because it has the prebiotics. It also has the fulvic amic acid blend in there and some lactospore. So you can really, again, really nurture your digestive system and your guts and, the whole body as a whole. What else do we have? We have the apothecary. The apothecary, you're taking it either in the evening. Some people like to take it during the day. I personally take it during the day, in the afternoon. And so you take 2 tablespoons of that and in about 8 or 10 ounces of water, and you drink that. And that is great to decrease inflammation, to reduce the C-reactive protein in your body, and to help you have a deeper sleep as well, to help your body produce more melatonin naturally. So that this is really an amazing product. I really love it as well. And then there is also the super amino 23. So the super amino is the first thing I take in the morning. I recommend to take it every day because this is wonderful to help you. If you're looking for weight loss, for example, it helps you to burn fat. But not only that, but it's actually supplying your body with the essential aminos that our body is not producing. So this is something that we need to get from the plant kingdom. And so this is wonderful. And these super aminos are the building blocks of proteins. And this is what the human body needs. And the beautiful thing about the super amino is that you can actually take it and it will be absorbed in your body in 23 minutes. That's where the name super amino 23 comes from, because your body, your kidneys are not being taxed when you take it. And so it's really a nice way to provide your body with the the right amount of aminos, and therefore that will help you build protein as well. And then, so there's two more products I didn't mention. You have also the hair, skin, and nails, which is wonderful to help your body to regenerate and help your body produce collagen. And so it's a great combination to take with your dagberry protein in the afternoon, for example. And then the last but not least is the Biomedic, which is, I think it's one of the products that actually convinced me to jump into the whole Purium experience, because the Biomedic is actually amazing. Purium did a testing for 6 weeks, and for the group of people that took the Biomedic for 6 weeks, it actually, at the end of the trial, it decreased the amount of glyphosate in the body 74%. So this is amazing because it's protecting you from herbicides, and especially the glyphosate amount that nowadays is really sprayed everywhere. It's in the air, it's in the water, even in organic food, unfortunately. So we have to protect our body and really take the right nutrients and supplements. So I recommend that ULT pack.
Thank you, Veronique. Yeah, it's so special. It just comes, most of our foods are grown in Utah in 96 feet deep of topsoil, watered with, mineral rich spring water that comes from, volcanic spring water. And it has minerals A through Z. And so we're just not getting those micronutrients at the grocery store. So to be able to flood your body with them in such an easy and accessible way, you start to feel more nourished and hydrated and more peaceful in your body when you're getting what you need. That's probably my favorite part of this program, is like the nervous system relaxation that comes as a result of that deep nourishment. And so that comes with your shakes that you have a couple times a day and your superfoods that you have a couple times a day to support that alkalinity, that nourishment, the gut support, your brain and nervous system, your collagen production and bones and connective tissue. All of this is so huge. So our bodies are amazing. And if we can just flood them with everything that is supporting all of the different systems, then our bodies thrive at every level, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And so this simple kit, you can start with 30 days, but we recommend doing it for 90 days because that's when you're going to have the huge breakthrough in your endocrine balance, your hormone balance, and just really create a lifestyle. And it does end up saving you on your grocery bill and on time. So it's just a win win win. And you're supporting regenerative and organic farmers, which is amazing. And then the other pillars of our company, we're working with health and helping everyone get access to nutrient dense foods, which so many people do not have access to. And even me growing up with a garden and growing up having access to organic foods, I was still very depleted. And then our next pillar is our financial pillar, where we really want to see everyone thriving, living in their deeper passion. And through partnering with this amazing community, it's really allowed me to dive in and help way more people than I was able to, as a solo practitioner and a solo entrepreneur. And it's also allowed me to align with my deeper values of not only helping people, but sharing these solutions that are so needed in the world. I really didn't know about glyphosate and all the impacts it has on our nervous system and our gut until a few years ago. But having a solution to eliminate that out of the body has been profound. And then it's also given me the freedom to work collaboratively with others, work, in collaboration with others instead of in competition with others. And through that, we've been able to make such a huge impact. And even in these last few days when I've just been resting my body, resting my brain, I've been able to have that time and location freedom, and still be making that residual income through the larger impact that we're making. So I want to pass it to you, Veronique, to share a little bit of how this has impacted you in your practice and your ability to help people.
Thank you. So while I was learning with Dr. Morse, I started to feel better. I became a certified regenerative practitioner, and I was really passionate about that. But I could see in my practice that there was some kind of a missing link. And then when I met Carrie Drinkwine, that's when I started to learn about the soil, having all these micronutrients and like 98 or 99% of our soil is depleted nowadays. So that was a shock for me. And when I learned about all the benefits from Purium and I started to add this into my practice, it was like day and night. I'm so grateful for this community that we are building, because I have been a practitioner for 7 years, a massage therapist for 20 years. I love helping people, and I'm getting close to retirement as well. And this, for me, this lifestyle of giving massages like every day, 5 days or 6 days a week, sometimes this is not sustainable long term, like trading dollars per hour. And I felt really aligned with the community, with the messaging and the nutrients. And my goal is really for me to create a peaceful retirement, having an occupation, and I enjoy and giving massages, but eventually I'm going to stop. And my goal is to really to share even more with the community. I love traveling, and my goal is also to have more freedom of location. But I want to continue my health transformation, and health is really my core value. And this is what I want to share. So, and eventually open a retreat center would be like one of my dreams. So, and I align with everything with Purium: the integrity, the authenticity, the third-party testing, helping small farms. Everything in and around Purium is connected to my core values and helping people take care of themselves in such a simple way. Like this community is unlike anything I've ever met. I mean, really. Yeah.
Yay. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to work with you, Veronique, and your
Thank
passion
you.
for all of this. It's just amazing.
Likewise, Rita.
Yay. And so we wanted to come together today just to share resources that are available, options, options in your health, your physical and mental well-being, options in your passion and purpose and livelihood. And so if you or someone you know is looking for solutions in any of these areas, we would so love to support, because this has been night and day life changing in my life. And this resource, these health resources have helped me get back to a level of health and well-being that I hadn't experienced for 15 years, and was working towards that goal daily during that time. So it's such a huge missing link. And then as far as the business community goes, you're getting world-class business training and linking arms with the most amazing and special community. So if either of those or both of those, spark your interest or can support someone that please just connect back in with the person that invited you, because they really care about you. And we definitely have ways to support you in your goals. So I look forward to connecting back in with everyone, and join us for next week. We'll have another conversation on another topic, and just get connected in to see how we can support you in your vision. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rita.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Rita.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you.
Veronique and Rita.
Love you all.